Hey, what is up? It is Akeyles, and today we're doing, I guess, my thoughts on the Venom movie. And let's go ahead and get straight into it. The movie, right off the bat, the movie is okay. And I think one of the reasons why it's okay is because of the reviews. The really terrible, bad reviews that the movie got actually helped us come into the movie with zero expectations. That and the rating. Because it was an R, we kind of understood that this was going to be a movie for the kids. And just off of that, I was still watching the movie with zero expectations, and I felt weird watching it, and I couldn't put my thumb on it. It actually took me like 3 days to actually figure out, of me like just thinking about what is wrong with this movie, what is it that I'm feeling about this movie. And it's the fact that Spider-Man is not in the movie. And I know, hold back, we all knew Spider-Man wasn't in the movie, but we all know that Spider-Man is the driving force for Venom and Eddie Brock. That's their motivations, the reasons why they get together, the reason why they're a villain. It's because Eddie Brock, he blames Peter Parker for getting him fired, even though he was the dude photoshopping and lying about about Peter Parker. About Spider-Man. And Venom was the first human interaction. It was with Spider-Man, and he had like so much superpowers because he had so much more strength, and he can do much more with Spider-Man because Spider-Man already had enhanced abilities. So once Spider-Man rejected him, which that also hurt Venom's pride, it made him into a really bitter person, on top of bonding with Eddie Brock, making them both super bitter, and having like a unique goal that they must take out Spider-Man, and they took that out. So now we have like a blank slate, and it's like one of those what if stories that Marvel used to do. What if Eddie Brock and Venom met together, and I guess he wasn't in New York because he got blackballed out of New York, and now he's in San Francisco. We have like a less bitter Eddie Brock, a more Lois Lane investigative reporter, somebody who doesn't care about their reputation, doesn't care, as long as they get these big stories and take down big corporation. Eddie Brock, that like, I guess, kind of cares. And then we get a Venom who doesn't have any aggressions or anything like that, and so he's just like a blank guy who kind of absorbs I guess personality, or I guess he had his own regular personality before getting, before he became like this super assist, or but anyway, that's basically, it gives us this likable Venom character, which is also weird because Venom is he's never really that likable character. So it's a whole new mindset, whole new thought, and once you get your mind wrapped around that, you can see the good parts of the movie and the bad parts of the movie. The good parts of the movie are like the action scenes were actually great, especially like the first time Venom comes out and Tom Hardy is like throwing his hands up because he's surrounded by like SWAT, Sable Silver looking dudes, and he like throws his hands up and he's like, "What are you doing? You're making us look pathetic." And then they have like a back and forth with the arms, and then Venom just like, "Man, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it," and he kind of like just destroys these kids, or whatever. And then they go onto the motorcycle scene where like they do some cool things with the motorcycle, some dope scenes. It makes it worth watching the movie, even though most of the bad scenes are like it's not really bad. It's just like they really don't explain everything. It may be because they cut out 40 minutes of the movie, I mean, who knows? But there's like a whole bunch of scenes where like they say like Venom's like, I know everything about you. So I'm like, okay, well, you scan his brain, you know everything about him. And then immediately they meet Anne, and he's like, who's this? This is the chick that he was with that just left him. How do you not know that? And there's like another scene where like they take him to the hospital and he gets like a scan, and then like later they're like, hey, you're really sick, you have a parasite and it's killing you, we need to get it out of you. Like Venom hears that, Eddie Brock hears that, and they're like, oh, we'll get into the hospital, get into the car. And for some reason, because he likes Anne, he gets into the car, but he's like, Venom, they're coming to take you out. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you defending yourself? Why aren't you stopping them? And then it doesn't wait. He'll wait till he gets into the hospital, and then when they're saying, hey, he's hurting you, we need to take him out, that's when he's like, no, I can fix it, or something like that. So they don't explain that right there, and I can only explain it by guessing that Venom, when he first met with him, before he started liking his personality or anything like that, he was deciding to kill him. He bonded with him, and he's like, I'm just gonna drain his organs and move on to the next one. Which I guess that's what the other symbiote, Riot, was doing. The bad guy. We can only assume that that's what they were doing. So I guess that's what Venom was doing, but then since he liked him, he changed his mind and he decided just to go a full 180 and not take over the world, and to kick out the other guys and say, hey, there's only one symbiote in this world, I don't need y'all fucking this one up. Oh, and then the fight at the end too, don't forget about that. They had a fight, or I guess the bad guy that they chose, Riot, is like the same color as Venom. So at the last fight, they're fighting in the dark, and it just looks like two black blobs fighting each other, except for like when the people in the symbiote like kind of come out, then you kind of know which one's which. Like there's a small like details, but you can kind of get lost fast in that. I don't know if it was just a bad choice of a bad guy. Maybe if they would have chose any other color symbiote to take its place, that would have I guess helped distinguish definitely which symbiote. Even like the one scene at the end where Venom is going to get some tater tots at the store, and some guy decides to rob the store while they're there, and Venom and Tom Hardy had this like thing. He was like, can I eat people? He's like, no, but only if they're bad, maybe. And they go, and this guy robbed him, so they go and they go up to him, and he's like, don't you ever come to the store again, or I'm gonna rip your arm off, I'm gonna rip your leg off, or whatever. And then he goes in and bites him, like bites his head off, and then he immediately goes back to Eddie Brock, and he looks at the store clerk, and the store clerk is just like, what was that? Like, no shock at all. It's like weird. There's a whole bunch of weird scenes, but with all that said, the movie is still okay. And do I recommend it? I'm like, yeah, if you got nothing else to do, nothing important to watch, no other movies to watch, then yeah, go ahead and watch it, because it's just an okay movie. But you guys let me know what you guys think. Did y'all really like it? What was y'all's favorite scene? What scenes did y'all hate? Let me know all that down below, and I guess I'll do the pre-recorded part for the rest of this. Okay, so now it's time for this pre-recorded part. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. But also comment and tell me why you didn't like the video. And sub if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna be dropping content, as much as I can. And we're out.